This is a story time about one of the most insane people I've ever dated. So I hadn't been out of a relationship for long, but I was feeling ready to start casually dating again. This really cute guy who's a religious leader in our area reached out to me through DM on Instagram. I really liked how bold he was right off the bat, and our humor matched up, so I agreed that he could take me out. Almost immediately, he was very overprotective, requesting my location, always wanting to know who I'm with, and was really concerned about the way I was dressing. I would invite him to go out with me, but he would say that his parents wouldn't allow him to do that, even though this man was 24. This was a massive red flag that I kept in mind for later. We went on a few more dates, and they weren't bad. I just noticed that the way he interacted with people was so off, like the waiters and the people that he would run into, and then he all of a sudden was threatened by my roommate, saying that she was in love with me and going to take me from him. Follow and share and I'll do a part 2.
Here's part 2 to the most insane person I've ever dated. My makeup has not held up well because I didn't prime it, but it's fine because we're taking her off. So yes, I'm going to be making him into a series. However, regarding his introduction, he was just a very off person, and I continually made excuses for it. He always had to hug everyone that he met while we were out. He said it made his world feel smaller, yet he would treat waiters and waitresses so badly. Like, not to their face, but he would like talk badly anytime they would walk away. And I remember just taking that as a red flag, but not really taking the rest of the stuff as a red flag. I would kind of make excuses on like, maybe he's just overly friendly or something. However, I started to get some warnings about him from old friends who hadn't seen him since high school, on just how he had treated women previously. And that's where the stuff with my roommate started to happen. He was very threatened by her because she was the same age as him and actually had her own house and could take care of herself. And he thought that she was just making a whole web over my life. So now after that clarification, pretty soon after that is when he started to get really insane and also tried to start a cult. So follow me on here on Instagram for more.
This is a story time about how I was asked to be in a cult. This is also a continuation of the most insane person I've ever dated. After a few more dates, his interactions with me got worse and worse, and he got way more controlling. After I moved back in with my parents before COVID hit, he reached out to my roommate and started to threaten her because he no longer knew where I was living. I started to wake up to about 90 missed messages from him each night, and I of course didn't want to date him at this point, but I was too scared to officially break things off. I just stopped seeing him. Eventually though, I knew I was going to have to say something. So I called him and broke things off. He was recently rejected from a job at the time and told me that I must have sneakily read his rejection letter because I stated the same phrases in the breakup. No. I talked to him less and less, but he kept trying to get my attention by sending me money or reaching out on social media. And one day he sent me messages acting like it was an emergency. So I answered and he said he had an idea to form a group of 15 people that only did it with him. Follow, share, and I'll do a part 2 with screenshots.
And without further ado, here's part 2. If you want to add me on Instagram, I'm going to post this look. Y'all can come say hi. Just to add, this man's God complex is really messed up. He's trying to create a collective of 15 people who exclusively date each other. He wants to form it himself. It would be good training. For what? He also stated that he would schedule regular STD checks, so I guess I'm glad he's thinking safely. But I also said that he could just do Tinder dating. It's like dating a bunch of people at the same time. But nope, can't do that. Asked him who he would invite, me and my best friend for sure, because that's how you ask people nicely to be in a 15-person relationship with you. Also, I'd like to state that I'm not against polygamous relationships at all. So obviously with this being the big emergency, I wasn't talking to him as much. And I said that he was trying to send me money for royal expenses. I declined every single time he sent it. Also, I don't know what my contacts are doing. And I also said this man literally would leave me 90 messages whenever I would wake up in the morning. It would be stuff like this. What? Like he's really having conversations with himself in these. Anywho, let me know if you want me to continue the story for another makeup look.